Hi and welcome to Love Doing Yoga on this Friday evening. Hope you've had a lovely week and you're looking forward to a nice weekend ahead. This evening's practice is really nice if you've got any kind of aches and pains in your lower back. It should help to ease that out and leave you feeling in tip-top condition for the weekend. So, as always throughout the practice, listen to your body, only do what feels right for you today. Let us begin our practice lying down. And we'll lie down with our knees bent, keeping your feet about shoulder width apart. If you have a ponytail or anything in your hair, all the better. It'll just raise your head very slightly off the mat, which is nice to just allow a little bit more length in your neck. And just close your eyes and release yourself into the mat. Softening your shoulder blades. Press the small of your back into the mat so your pelvis just tilts slightly upwards. Become aware of that connection with your feet and the mat. And then let your attention go to your breath. Inhaling through your nose, and as you exhale, just exhale away your day, everything that's going on in your life. Exhaling it out, so it's just you on the mat. One more breath here like this. And then raising the feet up, let the soles of the feet look up at the ceiling and hold on to the outside edge of the feet for a happy baby pose. If you find this challenging, you could always hold on to your thighs or just above your ankles, so whatever works for you, but softening the shoulders into the mat, softening the body. If you want to move your legs around here, do, or if you prefer to keep them still, that's fine as well, whatever works for you. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And then hugging those knees into the chest. One more breath. And then letting the feet come down onto the mat, cross the right leg over the left. If it's comfortable for you to do a double cross, do. If not, a single cross is perfectly good. And let's roll over onto our left side, placing your right palm on top of your left palm, stretched out in front of you. And then drawing that right arm all the way over to the right side, following it with your gaze. Adjust your upper body here so you get that nice twist. Two more breaths here. And then draw the right arm all the way back on top of that left palm. Unwrap the legs and roll back to the center. Let's take that to the other side. So left leg over right, double cross if you like, and roll over onto your right side. Again, left palm on top of right. And then drawing it all the way over to the left side. As much as possible, try to keep that right knee connected to the mat, or at least as close as you can get it. Taking two more breaths here. And then draw that left arm all the way back over to the right. Unravel the legs and come back to the center. Good. And then from here, lifting the feet up off the mat again. This time let them look straight up at the ceiling. So flexing the feet. If it's more comfortable for you to bend your knees, do, but try to have the soles of the feet still looking at the ceiling. Just letting the legs hang here. Gently suspended in the air. And with each breath, as you exhale, feeling like you're exhaling out any tension that you're holding in your lower back. One more breath here. And then bending your knees, let them come down onto the mat and roll all the way over onto your belly. Let the arms come out long and the forehead come onto the mat for a nice full body stretch. Softening the body again as you exhale, releasing any tightness or tension in the lower back. And then let's draw those arms back towards the chest, having the elbows directly underneath the shoulders. Come up into a nice Sphinx pose. You're getting a nice gentle back bend here. Looking forward, lengthening through the spine. One more breath here. And then lowering the forehead once again down onto the mat. Draw the arms behind you so they're down by your sides. And let's just draw up the forehead and chest away from the mat. We're going to stay here for 3 breaths, and with each exhale, just see, can you increase the lift just by another millimeter. Really good for your back muscles and your core. And lowering the forehead down onto the mat again. Bring those hands either side of the chest and push all the way back into a child's pose. Forehead on the mat, hands down by your sides, hands pointing away from you. So you've got a nice round spine. And on your next inhale, draw up, rising up onto your knees. Come all the way up, raise the arms up. And then exhale back down into child's pose. And again, inhale, coming all the way up. And exhale down into your child's pose again, 2 more times. And then from here, coming up to kneel. Kneeling up nice and tall, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. And let's take that right arm, bring it into the center of the body, and taking the left hand, left arm, wrap it around. So we get a nice roundness in the shoulders, raising those elbows up. Draw the palms away, even if they're not touching. Still drawing them away will just help to stretch that upper part of the back and shoulders. Keeping that length in the spine. 1 more breath. And then releasing the arms down. Let's just take it to the other side. So left arm comes into the center, right arm wraps under it. Again, raising the elbows up, palms away. And 1 more breath. And releasing the arms down. Let's take it in the opposite direction. So we've rounded the shoulders and the back. Now we're going to open the chest by bringing the arms behind you. And if it's possible, bring them into a prayer behind your back. So you get a really nice open chest here. Still staying nice and tall. Ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. Finding that length. And taking advantage now of the chest opening out. 1 more breath here. And then releasing the hands, let's come down onto tabletop. Just let those knees move to hip width apart, hips over knees, and then dropping down onto your forearms. Let the forehead come down, stretch the arms out in front of you for a nice puppy dog pose. Really nice pose for the lower back. Breathing into it.
letting any tension ease away. One more breath here. And then make your way back up into tabletop once again. Draw the right arm all the way up, following it with your gaze, and thread it through. And on your next inhale, drawing it up, and exhale it through. 2 more times. And then coming back into your tabletop, let's take that to the other side. So drawing the left arm all the way up, and exhale as you draw it through. And continuing on with a nice flow. One more breath here. And coming back to your tabletop. And from here, let's make our way up into downward dog. So curling those toes, push the hips back to the heels. And make your way up, pedaling those legs. So the legs have not had to do much to date. So help them to warm up by just moving them, letting them stretch out and open up until you're ready to come to your point of stillness, drawing those shoulders back away from the ears, gaze towards the belly button. One more breath here. And then let's walk those feet up to meet the hands at the top of the mat. Forward fold. Bend the knees. Coming all the way up to stand at the top of your mat. Hands in prayer at your chest. Excuse me. So as you stand here, feet hip width apart, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. Let's raise the arms straight up past the ears. Extending the body, making it as long as you can. Really tall here. Raise the gaze. And then sweep those arms out to the side, hinging forward into your forward fold. And then from here, walk your hands out about 18 inches in front of your feet, lengthen the spine, draw the shoulders back. Take a breath. And walk the hands back into your forward fold. Let the hands come fully down onto the mat. Bend your knees as much as you need to. And then step that right leg back, opening out the foot, checking in here, knee over ankle, rising up to your low lunge, engaging that core, keeping those hips nice and level so the lower back is really stable. And then bring the hands down either side of the foot. We're going to step back onto your knees. So it's going to be a half plank, keeping the knees on the mat, open out the feet, and just let the hands come forward, or the shoulders, sorry, come forward over the wrists. So it's a half plank, so you're just supporting yourself a little bit more. This is a great plank to do if you're having issues with your lower back. It gives you nice support. And then bending those elbows, let the chest come down, and then the belly. And then from here, keeping those hands either side of the chest, just let's draw up that forehead and chest again. And from here, pushing up through your tabletop into your downward dog. Again, having those hips nice and level, lengthening through the spine. Stretch the right leg out behind you and step it through, helping it along the way, coming into your low lunge on this side. Softening the shoulders. Each breath just freeing any tightness and tension in the lower back. And bringing the hands either side of the foot. Let's step that left foot up to meet the right. Forward fold. Bend the knees. Come all the way up, raising those arms just straight up past the ears. Raise the gaze and take a breath. Sweeping the arms out, hinging at the hips. Nice forward fold here. And then stepping those hands away from the feet, maybe 18 inches, 2 feet away. Lengthen through the spine. And draw it back into your forward fold. And let's this time step our left leg back for our low lunge. And come into our half plank here. So stepping the knee back, opening the feet out, shoulders over wrists, engaging the core. And lowering the chest down and then the belly. And drawing up into your little cobra. Keeping the gaze on the mat. And pushing on up then to your downward dog. Lengthen through the spine, pushing the hips back. And then stretching that left leg out behind you. Step it through for your low lunge. And hands down either side of the foot. Let's step it up into our forward fold. bending the knees, coming all the way up, bring the hands down into prayer at the chest. And once again, hinging here at the hips, coming halfway down. Keep the hands in prayer, lengthen through the spine here. Hovering here for a moment. And then coming down into your forward fold, making your way down onto the mat and making your way to sit. And as you're sitting here, cross that right foot underneath you and draw up that left leg for a cradle pose, sitting up nice and tall, lengthen through the spine. Just watch, we want to keep that shoulder over the hip. So in this pose, sometimes we can end up rounding or coming back behind the vertical. So just be aware of your alignment, sitting up nice and tall, just holding on to the leg here. One more breath. And releasing that left foot down. Let's just draw the left foot inwards as we bring the right foot out to the front and lift it up into our cradle pose again, being very conscious, holding yourself up nice and tall, engaging the core. One more breath here. And letting that right foot come down, let's just take a nice little twist to the left again, lengthen through the spine as you do. Each exhale, still just thinking about easing out any tension or tightness in the lower back. And then coming back through center to take it to the other side. And again back to the center, bringing yourself around to come and lie down on your mat, hugging those knees into the chest so the spine is fully connected with the mat. And then letting the feet come down onto the mat and let the knees fall out and the soles of the feet come together. So just check in with yourself here. Feel how this feels on your lower back. If this feels very soothing, then remain like this for your final relaxation. Or bend those knees, have them about hip width apart. And again, just notice how this feels. If this feels particularly easing for your lower back, then remain like this. Or if you prefer, just let the legs come out long and the palms face upwards. So your choice on what is your most favorable position to give a final release to the lower back. As you just let go any tension or tightness in your feet and your legs.
Letting go your glutes and pelvis. The small of your back. The length of your spine, the back of your rib cage and your shoulder blades. Letting go the whole front of your body, chest and shoulders. Letting go your arms, your hands, your head, face, jaw and chin. The whole of your body, just let it go. And take some time here for gratitude for whatever or whoever you're feeling particularly grateful for today. And then let your attention go to your breath. As you inhale through your nose, into your belly, pause, and then exhale through your nose. Each breath just helping you make that deeper connection with your inner self.